Tyler from Inspire Sports, and let's talk TySon Williams. A lot of people have questions about TySon Williams, where to play him in fantasy football, what his outlook looks for season long. I'm going to tell you all of that in this video. I make new videos like this every single day, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. And with that being said, let's get into the video. The first thing that we have to understand with TySon Williams is how he has come to this situation, how he has this opportunity in front of him. So he was an undrafted free agent, which a lot of people like to point out. But in college, he went to North Carolina. Then he transfers to South Carolina, where he has to walk on and get a scholarship. Then he ends up going to BYU, where he plays a couple of games, and then he tears his ACL. Then you have the NFL draft where he was still rehabbing through that ACL tear, so he wasn't drafted. He probably would have been a day 3 kind of guy anyways, but still, he doesn't get drafted because he's rehabbing his knee. The Baltimore Ravens then sign him to their practice squad where he starts one game. The following season gets called up for one game. He doesn't get any backfield snaps. Maybe he gets one, I'm not sure. I can't remember exactly, but he really doesn't make any impact his first year. Now we get to this year where he's 4th on the depth chart heading into preseason. So you have J.K. Dobbins, Gus Edwards, Justice Hill, and then TySon Williams. Early on in preseason, he starts making a name for himself. A guy that's going to make the roster, a guy that's really been impressive in training camp. So then we know what happens next, right? We have J.K. Dobbins tear his ACL, and then what you have is Gus Edwards be the RB1 for this team, and then TySon Williams ends up leapfrogging Justice Hill on the depth chart and being this team's number 2 guy. Justice Hill then ends up tearing his Achilles, so now you only have 2 running backs, and then a couple days later, you have Gus Edwards. So now they're down to 1 running back on this roster. And that's when this team goes out and signs Le'Veon Bell. They sign Devontae Freeman. Latavius Murray gets cut, and they bring him in. Okay? So now we're looking at the situation as who's the starting running back on this team. For me, it's very clear. It's TySon Williams. TySon Williams is 25 years old. He's 220 pounds. He's 5'10", I believe. He runs a low 4.5 40. On his pro day, he ran a 4.4. His speed is good. His burst looks good. He looks good when you're looking at him, watching him on film. One of my favorite runs is this run right here. So he's able to really showcase his speed and get to the outside. To me, he just looks like he's on another level compared to these guys, especially in terms of his speed. Now, that was against backups, so he kind of pops off the screen. So let's see how he does against real competition, real first-team competition. So it's been reported that he's going to get plenty of opportunities to be the starting guy in this offense, which only makes sense because a lot of people like to bring up Latavius Murray. He's a 31-year-old running back who, in his career, was average at best at the running back position. TySon Williams, does he have a lot of potential in the NFL? I don't know. We haven't really seen it. But I know that the Baltimore Ravens are going to give him the first crack at the job. And if he's able to prove himself, he'll be this team's starting running back, which I believe he can do. He's somebody that this upcoming weekend, I currently have ranked as RB21, right in the range of guys like Kareem Hunt, Myles Gaskin, DeAndre Swift is right around him. So those kind of guys is where I would feel comfortable starting him. So if you have any questions as to who to start, who to sit, drop it down in the comments below. But it really only makes sense that he would get the first crack. He's been there the longest, right? Since last year, he knows this system. So let's see what happens this upcoming weekend. I certainly think that he can go out and ball out. That's why he's a borderline top 20 play for me at the running back position this upcoming week. So I have a lot of faith in TySon Williams. So if you have any other questions, drop it down below. Thank you for watching and have a great day.